Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Dark. This is the 7th episode of the first season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. So, since the start of the season, we've had 3 boys potentially go missing. We've had, obviously, MIKKEL go, Eric, and an unknown kid that was found murdered, basically, in the woods. Now, obviously, we've not known who this is, but last episode, it was actually solved. We've also seen, interestingly, that MIKKEL actually hasn't been killed. He time travelled back to 1986. We had some crazy information revealed to us that Jonas, his dad, who hung himself in episode 1, was actually MIKKEL from... Obviously, well, he's in the future, but he went to the past and then he brought up all the way back into the present and had Jonas. And now Jonas has got a box that was sent to him by this mystery guy that's staying in the hotel. That's obviously mailed something to his house. That's giving him this kind of like radiation, like tracker thing. And obviously he's light and he's gone into the tunnels. He's followed the rope round. He's opened the doors. The lights have gone off inside the city. And he's transported all the way through into 86 as well. He's walked out the cave, you know, somebody's pulled up and said you shouldn't be outside. It's raining, you know, Chernobyl. He's like, wow, what's actually going on? What's your name? My name's Hannah. He's like, Hannah? That's his mum. Obviously, he's trying to figure out what's going on. Quick thinking. He's probably figured out that he's in a different dimension. You know, we've seen 2 people actually go into there. His father and him now, which is interesting. His dad obviously made it back to the present, but didn't actually make it back to the present in the context of going back into the cave to return back to 2019. What he actually done is left 2019, was adopted by obviously the nurse. Then he was grown up and obviously had and lived his life and had Jonas and got married and then killed himself, which we seen in 2019. So it's really interesting with that one as well. We've seen some more investigation work going on with Ulrich. You know, he's digging. He's found out that Hannah was the one that reported that he potentially raped somebody when that never actually happened. You know, he's confronted her about that as well. He's also looking into what happened with his brother. Interestingly, the unknown boy that was found that was murdered inside of the woods turns out to be, yes, his brother Mads, the one that actually went missing 33 years ago. He was found here in the present. He was the unknown boy you know, that's been found. So very interesting. Loads of twists, loads of turns. Also, you know, Ulrich's brother is working with the detective's husband. Basically, they were sat in that little, I don't know, facility that they've got underground, and they had a book and it had the times, and they knew at 9:17 that something was about to happen, and that was when Jonas exactly went through the door. So maybe they're from the future or not, I have no idea. Honestly, I'm excited to see what we have in store for us and how we conclude the season. Thanks for checking it out. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode. Mate, we always start an episode with somebody waking up.
Wenn ihr nicht rausfindet, wer das ist, wird er eingeäschert und bekommt ein anonymes Grab.
Wie lange ist er schon tot?
10 gefunden habt, 10 Stunden, plus minus.
Wenn er schon länger tot ist und nach seinem Tod irgendwie konserviert wurde?
Konserviert? Also dann müsste es Spuren im Gewebe geben, das hätte ich ja gesehen. Gefrorenes Steak sieht ja auch nicht aus wie ein frisches.
Also nicht?
Nee, nicht, dass ich wüsste.
See, right, I was saying this last episode, wasn't I? I was saying that basically, you know, one day for him, for the boy, Mads, it could be 33 years for these people when you go into the dimensions. Do you know what I mean? So, like, obviously, he's disappeared for 33 years for his brother and his family, but for him, it could have been one day. Technically, we have no idea how long he was alive on the other side, but he's died 10 hours ago, apparently, according to these, and obviously, we know that's not true because 33 years ago is when he actually went missing. The only thing I would actually do, and I would throw the whole world into frenzy, wouldn't it, is if you would take a DNA test. You would make it, show it you, show it him, matching. Everybody will clearly know that none of you guys have had a kid in this period. Then it'll send everybody spiraling. It'd be crazy.
Welcher Tag ist heute?
9. November.
Ich weiß, es klingt bescheuert, aber welches Jahr denn?
86. Suchst du jemanden?
Michael Kahnwald.
Kenn ich nicht.
Ines Kahnwalds Sohn?
Die Krankenschwester?
Die hat keine Kinder.
Mate, he's going back to find his dad. Haha, that's clever.
Sehen uns.
Hey Regina, du scheiß Brillenschlange.
Ich bin an dem Fall mit dem Bruder dran. Anzeige wegen Vergewaltigung. Ich meine, wir haben ihn in Betracht gezogen, ob der nicht vielleicht mit dem Verschwinden seines Bruders was zu tun hat.
Noch 3 Monate Zeit bis zu deiner Pensionierung. Dann kannst du machen, was du willst. Und so lange machst du, was ich will.
Ich sage ja auch nur, dass gestern der Boden vibriert hat. Ich weiß, dass das hier kein Erdbebengebiet ist, trotzdem hat er vibriert.
Befehl für das AKW, wir haben ihn.
Ich muss los. Wenn Ihnen dazu noch was einfällt, Sie haben ja meine Nummer.
Ich irgendwie helfen.
Es geht um den vermissten Nielsen-Jungen. An dem Abend, an dem der verschwunden ist, da hattest du Schicht, oder? In Wege und Uhrzeiten von allen Leuten, die in der Nacht in der Nähe...
Ich habe jetzt Rundgang und Blockkontrolle.
Okay. Wir können Termin machen und du kommst in die Wache.
Nichts gesehen. Also ich meine, es war alles ganz normal.
Um 6 hattest du Schichtende.
Dann fängt die Nachtschicht an.
Bist du mit dem Auto gefahren?
Die Landstraße runter.
Wolltest du nur vorhin? Weil du die Landstraße genommen hast. Ist der Waldweg nicht kürzer?
Ich habe noch was besorgt für meinen Vater.
Am Tag irgendwo den Bruder gesehen. Den älteren Nielsen-Jungen, Ulrich.
Weiß ich, Befragung Helgedoppler, warum nicht Waldweg?
I literally hate how this guy looks dead smug, but like he just opened the gate, so fair play. He might not even be hiding anything. He just might want to keep everything secret.
Müsstest du um diese Zeit nicht in der Schule sein?
Ich bin krankgeschrieben.
Du siehst in meinen Augen aber ganz fit aus.
Was mit dem Arm? Ich bin gerade auf dem Weg zum Krankenhaus.
Steig ein.
Alle Unterlagen nochmal durchgegangen. Helge sollte zur Befragung. Dienstag, 11. November 1986. Also übermorgen vor genau 33 Jahren. Aber es gibt gar keine Aussage. Er ist überhaupt nicht erschienen.
So, do you know that old guy who woke up and said he remembered? Was he the one that was just being questioned by the officer at the gate then?
Wie heißt du denn?
Jonas,
Wo arbeitet deine Mutter?
kein Kraftwerk.
Das AKW hat Winden verändert. Früher sah es hier anders aus.
Das sind Kopfhörer. Die steckt man sich so um die Ohren.
Dinge gibt's.
Here we go. This is where they went, wasn't it? This is where they loaded up. Down there in that little cave, they had them things. You know what, right? He just said the headphones and he's like, now seen it all. But who remembers when the AirPods first come out? Like, to me, to my knowledge anyway, from what I can remember, I know it was only like, was it probably like 10 years ago or something? I mean, they've not been around for ages, but like, it's kind of the first set of earphones, not headphones, earphones. These are wireless, but I just have them in a wire connected to a computer. And when the AirPods was just released, everybody laughed at them. Everybody said they looked ridiculous. You had the headphone in, it was hanging halfway down the ear, and everyone was like, I'm not buying them, and all this stuff. And my mum got me a pair for my birthday, and I was wearing them, and I was like, these are pretty decent. You know what I mean? These are decent. And then, like, you know, the more you go forward, the more you see people wearing them. Now, I know everybody don't have Apple products, you know, people have the Bose ones, you know, they do some good ones, and Beats. Do you remember when Beats absolutely dominated it as well? And literally, I had like 3 pairs of over headphones like this, and the thing is, they hurt my ears. They actually do. I have to have over-ear cups. Now, these are Bose ones, and I'm not saying they're the best ever, but I could wear these for hours, mate. I could literally sit here and wear it all day, and my ears are fine. Wear a pair like a Bose or whatever. I mean, a Beats. My ears are killing after 10 minutes. So, I don't know. I just think it's interesting how technology changes, because like everybody laughed at AirPods when he was first out, and now everybody has them, or some sort of wireless headphone. And some do look ridiculous, to be honest, but it's just a total norm now.
Euch Teenagern ist da gerade Satanismus ein Ding?
Keine Ahnung.
Ruf deine Mutter an, dass sie dich abholt. Du solltest jetzt besser nicht alleine durch den Wald.
That's where the barrels have been banging up against the things, you know what I mean? The paint scratched off it.
Ich suche Ines Kahnwald.
Die war vorhin draußen mit dem Jungen.
Was für ein Junge?
Was willst du denn von Ines?
Ich bin gerade zu Besuch und habe mich ausgesperrt.
What to open it? What's behind?
1986 ist im Wind ein Junge verschwunden. Mats Nielsen, können Sie sich daran erinnern?
Was haben Sie gesagt? Warum waren Sie vorgeladen?
Ich kann das ändern. Ich kann die Vergangenheit ändern. Und die Zukunft. Was hast du gesagt?
Sagen Sie mir, wo mein Sohn ist! Wo ist mein Sohn? Wo ist Mikkel?
I can change the past and the future. That's what he's saying there. See, Mads and him will know each other. Like, literally, they was both together the night he went missing. Oh, here we go.
Oder sind Sie sowas wie eine Wahnvorstellung von den Bekloppten?
Du bist genauso wenig verrückt, wie sein Vater war. Manchmal fällt es uns schwer, Dinge zu begreifen, die gegen alles sprechen, wozu unser Verstand konditioniert wurde.
In der Höhle ist ein Riss in der Zeit oder was? Und Mikkel hängt hier rum und wird irgendwann zu meinem Vater?
Auch wenn du es jetzt nicht glauben willst, das da ist dein Vater.
Das bedeutet, dass Ulrich mein Großvater ist und...
Said it.
Martha, deine Tante.
Nicht verstanden! Wenn du Mikkel jetzt zurückbringst, dann greifst du in den Lauf der Dinge ein. Dein Vater lernt deine Mutter nicht kennen, sie verlieben sich nicht, sie heiraten nicht. Und du wirst nicht geboren. Jede Entscheidung für etwas ist auch immer eine Entscheidung gegen etwas.
Ein Leben für ein Leben.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it sounds absolutely ruthless, a life for a life. But, like, for example, if you come to me now and said, your mum dies, or 500 people in Australia die, see you later, the people in Australia. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have no problem in saying that. I'm sorry for you, I'm sorry for your family, I'm sorry for your loss, but I'm choosing my mum all day, twice on Sundays, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand what it is. It's selfish, I get it, I know it, I accept it. I'm not a person that's obviously going to hide behind it. I've got a decision to make, I'll rock with it. I'll never, you know what I mean? I'm never going to apologise for obviously wanting my mum to be alive for as long as possible. And the fact is, you know what I mean? He's saying here that he's got a life for a life, but who's it? Who's he going to take? You know what I mean? Is it a random person that he don't know? Or is it a decision between, like, his mum and his dad? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's different. Or is it a decision between saving a lot of people and erasing himself for existence? You know what I'm saying? We don't know. Another thing, though, that I was saying is, and a couple of things I've said, obviously, in the show building up to it, is Ulrich is his grandfather. And I was also trying to figure out, you know, the connection that technically his mum was trying to date his granddad. Do you know what I mean? Which was a bit weird, but then technically they're not related, so then it's not kind of that weird, you know what I'm saying? But also, another thing is, I was talking about throwing a decision. Basically, I was talking about, like, when I said that my nan basically had a kid and she passed away, he passed away before, you know, my dad was born, and if she decided never to have any more children, then he wouldn't have been born and I wouldn't have been born, and I was like, it was throwing a stone in the pond, and the ripple effect of it, the decisions that we all make. And then again, it's kind of referenced here in today's episode. You know what I mean? Like, you can't go over and pull your dad away from here and take him back to 2019. Because if you do that, he would have never lived, you know, 87, 88, 89. And that means that obviously he wouldn't have met your mum, which you wouldn't have been born. And the course of the whole events of history would change. But then I also think as well, this is what I always think when stuff like this happens, when people go back in time. Is it not them just talking to people, changing the course of the actions of the past? You know what I mean? So if he goes back and he makes a few friends, you know, like he was talking to that girl with the headphones, if she then decides to hang out with him one day, for example, then whatever she should have done in that day originally in the past may never have happened. So then the person that she met would never actually meet that person, and the relationships wouldn't build and be as strong. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, one person could cancel the plans today, and obviously, like, the person with the cancelled plans could go out with somebody else, and they could actually meet the love of their life. But if you decided now to go out with them, and they would never go out, and then they would never meet that, and then their course of events would change. You know what I mean? So literally, it's just like a domino effect. It falls all over the place. So him being there should realistically be him never speaking to anybody, unless time was always going to say Jonas was back in 86, the same way MIKKEL was also apparently back in 86. Like, the course of time is correcting itself and bringing him back to where he truly should be.
Ich weiß, dass du Mikkel finden willst mit allen Mitteln. Aber der Zweck rechtfertigt nicht alle Mittel. Nicht mehr in der Lage, sich die Schuhe selber zuzubinden und sicherlich nicht dafür verantwortlich, dass 3 Kinder verschwunden sind.
Why is he not saying that Mads has been found? It also might sound crazy to him, but he can prove it with a DNA test.
Ich weiß nicht, wer das gesagt hat, aber Ulrich hat mich nicht vergewaltigt.
einlügen.
Aber ich lüge nicht. Ich habe das gewollt.
Hat gesehen, wie er dir wehgetan hat.
Das kann gar nicht sein. Dann lügt er. Wer hat das überhaupt erzählt?
Das darf ich nicht sagen.
Ich habe ihm gesagt, er soll Kondome besorgen. Er würde mir niemals wehtun.
I like how she's sticking up for him. Well, she should stick up for him, to be honest, because it never happened.
Wo sind die Kinder?
Keine Ahnung.
Ich bin jetzt da.
Das bist du schon lange nicht mehr.
Wie meinst du das?
Seit ich dich kenne, wolltest du raus aus Linden. Bist du eigentlich jemals glücklich gewesen?
Natürlich bin ich glücklich gewesen.
Ich weiß es, Ulrich. Hanna und du.
Hat sie dir das gesagt?
Irgendwie habe ich es die ganze Zeit gewusst. Hab's nur nicht sehen wollen.
He missed it. He missed his boat.
Deine Mutter hat vorhin angerufen. Unser Sohn ist verschwunden und sie redet die ganze Zeit nur über Mats.
Like, I know that you should never lie to your spouse, but obviously, like, when you're deep into it like that, you got to fully commit. He's already doubled down twice when he was laying in the bed and he said that he would never do anything like that for her. Do you know what I mean? So, like, you wouldn't start admitting it now. There's no point. You know what I mean? Like, you might as well treble down on it. And when she's confronted him there, his fast, quick solution should have been, look, mate, you know, I've not been doing whatever you're thinking. I've actually been going over and speaking to her. I'm fuming. I figured out that she was the one back in '86 that reported me to the police that said that I actually raped you. I've been confronting her. I've been trying to figure out what's going on. Do you know what I mean? Nothing like that. I've been in the relationship wise or whatever you're thinking in your head is actually going on. How could I ever do that to you with somebody that's done that to me? You know what I mean? You have to gaslight them. You have to. Like, I'm not saying that's the that's the morally right thing to do. But to be honest, if you want to be in a marriage and you want to save it, you've got to spin the absolute BS around and try and place it all on Hannah as a liar and a psychopath. Do you know what I mean? And you've got kind of evidence to back it up as well. You know what I'm saying? So he wasn't quick on his feet there. He panicked and he actually pretty much, without saying it, said it, what actually was going on. Maybe it does change the course of the action of the future or whatever you want to call it.
Löschst du deine eigene Existenz aus.
Ich habe immer an der Hoffnung festgehalten, dass er lebt. Dein Vater wollte das Grab. Seit 33 Jahren stelle ich mir vor, dass er lebt. Da draußen ist genauso viel Licht wie Dunkelheit.
Katharina meinte, du wolltest mir was sagen.
Eine Woche bevor Mats. Ich habe das damals nicht der Polizei erzählt. Ich habe mich gar nicht erinnert. Da habe ich etwas beobachtet. Vor dem Haus gegenüber hat sich ein Pfarrer. Und heute früh habe ich denselben...
This morning I saw the same man.
Wen jetzt, den Pfarrer?
Nein, nicht den Pfarrer. Aber er war nicht einen Tag älter. Er sah genauso aus wie vor 33 Jahren.
Oh, no way. That's actually interesting, that, to be honest.
Du wolltest doch wissen, ob das Höhlensystem auch unter dem Waldweg verläuft, in der Nähe eurer Hütte. Ist nicht alles erschlossen, aber zumindest Teile laufen unter dem südlichen Waldweg entlang.
Gonna go back and she's gonna, well, she found that little place last time, didn't she? But she's gonna go in there again.
Wusstest du, dass dein Vater 86 bei der Polizei vorgeladen war?
Nein, warum fragst du das?
Die Hütte am Waldweg. Warum hat Helge die überhaupt behalten, nach allem, was ihm da passiert ist?
Ich weiß nicht, warum du das wissen willst. Wo bist du gerade?
Wann war der Unfall?
12. November 1986.
Die Frage ist nicht wie, die Frage ist wann.
Did she open that then, or did I just totally blank? Oh, he's opened it. What's that? Her daughter's wallpaper? We've seen that somewhere, actually. Is that in the kids' room? He actually knows where MIKKEL is as well. He could tell his dad, but he's not gonna.
Glaubst du an Schicksal? Ich weiß nicht. Vielleicht ist es mein Schicksal, verlassen zu werden.
you reckon he's trying to justify, like, maybe not speaking to MIKKEL? Do you know what I mean? Because of everything that's kind of going on. You know what's mad is, so he could technically go in the past, couldn't he? And then he could actually, you know, change the future and get that letter back. Was that found, actually, in the woods? The red string again. Yeah, look. Did he not find that on Maddie's body as well? Something like that. Mate, he's going to have to get kind of tight to him because he's been in this tunnel before and he's not found anything. Alright, so he's returning back in the past. He went in, we're still in the past, in and out. Oh, he's the one. Who's this? He's got the full map on his back. Oh no, he's a priest. That's actually really interesting. So obviously, like, that's got that in there has got a pathway, you know, like we've also seen the cave that's got a pathway in, haven't we? You know, you go in the cave, you go through it, you come out, you're in 86. But also this kind of room, facility, the cabin in the woods, whatever you want to call it, has also got a gateway to the other dimension or whatever you want to call it. And basically the person that has got dementia, he is fully involved. He's the one that's dragging the bodies out there. Now, I don't know what he's doing in today's episode right at the very end where Ulrich following him, you know, he's gone into the, you know, he's gone into the woods and basically, you know, followed him right into the cave. He's got his light, which I'm pretty, like, I'm thinking, like, how's the police not found that and seen they've taped it all up? And obviously he's followed him through. But like you said, mate, is he called Helga or whatever? Like, it's his cabin, isn't it? He's related to, as well, Charlotte's husband. Basically, it's his father, you know what I mean? So Charlotte's husband's father owns that in there. He's the one with the dementia. He's the one that's saying it's happening again. And he's the one that was dragging the bodies out there. Now, I have no idea how the priest, basically, Noah, is connected towards it, but he is. He's in there, he's cleaning up, and his hench as well. He looked absolutely, completely ripped in that little bit. I'm not going to lie, he really did. And he's got a big, massive tattoo of the whole thing and the symbols on his back. And we've also seen that exact same logo thing on a drawing that was on the wall in the hospital that MIKKEL actually got himself and sat down. So I feel like that is actually really interesting. We've seen it. This is the first time we've seen somebody other than the guy, the mysterious guy that's been sending Jonas packages, but also you know, the priest Noah. We know he goes back in time, the mysterious guy, but now obviously we've seen Jonas. He actually left 2019 and went into 1986, then returned to 2019, and you know, nothing actually happened to him. So there is a door that you can go in and out, in and out. It does change. Well, it's the power of the town. It flickers the lights. It does it in that city. Well, it does it in 86 and it does it in 19. But, you know, there is an ability to go back and forth, back and forth. Now, you know, in terms of the context of the story, you know, Ulrich should never actually find MIKKEL, because MIKKEL in the story has progressed from 86 up until 2019 and had kids and a family. So that would suggest to me that Ulrich has never actually found him. Because if he has found him, then he's changed the course of action again, which then wouldn't make sense, would it? So I'm interested to see, obviously, how we do 8, 9, and 10, because I literally have no idea how the season's actually going to end. Okay, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Interesting stuff again. Another great episode. Been consistently entertaining throughout the show. You know, Ulrich, you know, has been confronted by his wife for about cheating on her with, obviously, Hannah. She said she knew. He didn't actually think fast on his feet. He didn't deny it. And he never actually twisted the situation to basically say, I don't know what you're thinking, but basically, I figured out that she was the one that tried to get me done for raping you back in the day, and I've been confronting her, been trying to figure out what's going on. That's why I was kind of like tension between us when she was in the house the other day. I would just literally go on a full-on tangent. Now, obviously, it's lying, and you're not really supposed to do that, and you wouldn't do that to your loved ones, But then again, you shouldn't be cheating on your loved ones, should you? Do you know what I mean? You shouldn't be having an affair. So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? You're trying to cover your own ass, to be honest, and save your family, even though you're the one that's put it in that position and pretty much ruined it anyway. Now, again, Mads has obviously been discovered by Ulrich that he's actually dead, and it was only a few hours old, so he knows that there's some sort of time travel thing going. Basically, he asks a question to the person that, what are they called, like, who do the bodies? I'm not really too sure, the people that check the bodies. But he asked her, is there any way that you could potentially kind of identify how long they was dead for? And she was like, no, it's like a steak, you know what I mean? You get one cooked and one frozen. There's no like there's no making a mistake. You literally can tell the difference instantly, and there's no way that body could have been preserved for 33 years or frozen. I would have known that. So it's obviously got him questioning. As he's progressing further, he's checking out, he's finding dates, he's got his files down, he's looking at things, he's highlighting them, he's checking stories, he's following Helga, do you know what I mean? He's into the forest. I feel like he's kind of got in his head that everything is actually going on, but like trying to explain that to somebody in the present, that obviously all these crazy things is happening and something like time travel could actually be a thing, would make you sound crazy, wouldn't it? And before you actually approach somebody and tell them something, you've got to have some sort of evidence to back up your findings. You know, if I went over to my friends or my family or anybody and said, look mate, you know, I think this sort of thing is time travel, and started reeling off loads of things without any hardcore proof, they'd think that I was talking a load of nonsense, or they wouldn't believe me. But if I could back it up with some sort of facts, some sort of DNA, some sort of evidence, some sort of pictures, some sort of, I don't know, like stories, previous cases or something, to actually show that I've got justification on what I'm trying to say, that will help your case. And do you know what I mean? He's rang Charlotte and he's like, look mate, it's not where, it's the when. It was in 86 or whatever, and Helga's part of it, and I'm obviously, give me a call back when you get it. Don't know if something's going to happen to him while he's in the cave, but I'm excited to see what happens in the next episode. Thanks for checking out today's. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers guys.